Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Chris and Susan Beasley. We are your hosts for 1010 Formula Live tonight. This is our live team training, but we also open it up to absolutely anyone who wants to jump on and pick up some of our nuggets and some of the training that we do, because you never know, there might be just one time where it is now to where you want it to be, or maybe if you've not even started in business yet, then we can give you some really good help, tips and advice to get you started. And a big thank you to anyone here who is a guest for a very first time. It really is a great place to be. We're very friendly. You can ask questions, and just below the video here you're going to find a chat box, and you can just ask away. I'm going to monitor it on the iPad as well, but if I'm talking I can't do the two at the same time, despite being a woman and being able to multitask.
She should be able to, shouldn't she? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. You know.
I set myself up for that one, didn't I, guys?
So, no, you just know me too well. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, I was reading, funnily enough, reading a success magazine today. And I'm going to go totally off track here, probably, with what Susan's got planned, but there we are. That's what these things.
That's what men do, you know.
It's what these live things are about, aren't they? Because it's all about it's all about pushing. It's all about sharing things that you know. Maybe you've learned today. Maybe you've learned the other day, read in a book or whatever. And so I'm just trying to get this camera right, because it's not sort of looking right tonight. But anyway, never mind. So if I'm not quite looking at you properly,
trust me, he is looking at the camera.
I'm looking at the camera, but it's sort of, I'm trying to look at the computer screen as well. But anyway, I was reading a success magazine. I think it was one from last year, and had an article in it about a guy who in actual fact was a Brit, but emigrated to America. He came out of the parachute regiment, I believe. I'm trying to think of his name, but because he's a guy who's done tremendous stuff with what we now call reality TV, but it's called something different when he started out in it a couple of years ago. But the thing was, and this is all about business building and becoming an entrepreneur and being an entrepreneur, and the sorts of things that you need to do. Now, he came out of the parachute regiment, and he didn't have a clue what he wanted to do. He just knew he wanted to do something, and his parents had always encouraged him to, I'm not going to say take risks, because he obviously did take risks with guns and things in the parachute regiment, but he came out, and his parents had always encouraged him, never told him off for failing at anything, even if something slight went wrong. They always encouraged him to learn from it. And I'll think of his name in a minute, but never mind. I know where the magazine is, so I might go and get it in a minute and tell you. So he was always encouraged to continue and move forward. And being an entrepreneur, that's one thing you have to do. You're going to fail at some point. I had a lovely solo ad I did the other week with a supplier who I've used for 2 or 3 years. And we did this solo ad, and we did a test. We got a 7% opt-in rate. Absolutely important. 7%. And so I went back to him and said, what's happening here? He said, I have no idea. I'm going back to the traffic supplier because I got a, But the thing is that, yeah, it was a failure, but there's no point in harping on it. He's going to go and deal with it. He's going to go back to the traffic supplier. In a week or so's time, we should probably get some more traffic. Something obviously went wrong in the system or whatever. So we'll get some more traffic. But, a lot of people, certainly when you're brand new, you might go, oh, I've just spent $500 or I just spent $1,000, and I got so many clicks and I got this many leads. And so in actual fact we got one sale out of it, but there's no point in looking at that and hanging on it and saying I'm useless, I can't do this again. The thing is, you just got to get yourself up and move forward. So anyway, this guy came out of the parachute regiment, and he got this thing in his head. He didn't know what he wanted to do. but you know, his background was military, and I guess like a lot of the military guys, they come out and go, right, okay, I can go into military security, military planning, all that sort of thing, but in the private sector. And he knew that the place for him to get this sort of work was going to be in the States. So he went to the States, and you know, he went there with nothing but, you know, a few dollars and clothes on his back and, you know, an idea. And he flew to, he started, you know, just talking to people he knew from military. And there was quite a twist to the story, because he ended up out in Hollywood. He ended up in Hollywood, and he got introduced to somebody, and he was just looking for work. And he became a nanny.
Wow.
He became a nanny. So he went from a, you know, member of the parachute regiment to becoming a nanny for some rich, well-off families in Hollywood. And he started to talk to, he did a couple of these jobs, and then he met somebody, a family he started to work for, look after the children, and he started to talk to his employer, if you like, and say, what do you do and how do you do it? And you know, the employer related to him. The employer was an entrepreneur who liked to help people, could recognize a spark in people, and would help people who wanted to help themselves. And that's exactly what he wanted to do. And so he ended up getting a job with the guy's insurance company, I think it was. But at the same time, you know, he knew he needed to make some money, because it was only part-time. And he found that there was places along, I can't remember, it was somewhere in Las Vegas along the seafront, where you could rent a piece of fence, as the story goes. You could rent a piece of fence, a 10-foot stretch of fence, where you could sell stuff. And he started selling T-shirts. He was buying them for $2 and selling them for $18. And so the entrepreneurial spirit was starting to actually move and make him you know, he made a little bit of money out of it. And then he got an opportunity to make some money in a property deal. And he made, in something like 60 days, he flipped a property, whatever he did, with somebody, and he made something like $75,000 in 60 days. So all of a sudden, he's now got a chunk of money that he can actually start to think about doing something with. Now, you know, working in Hollywood, as he was as a nanny and living there, he got the bug for the entertainment industry, if you like, and he got some ideas, and he was talking to people, and you know, he got to know people through the person who he worked as a nanny. And to cut a long story short, okay, this is the guy who came up with Survivors, The Voice, The Apprentice, and all those. They're just 4 of the shows that I can remember that he mentioned. And this guy is the guy who came up with the ideas, sold them to the television shows, and then went on to produce them and that. And yeah, he's worth a lot of money now.
Wow.
But the thing is that the thing that came out of the article to me, he said, here's my one piece of advice: start small and build. Okay, so that's what I want you to write down. That was the point of the story. Okay, the thing you need to write down is start small and build. That's it. I'm done.
Well, I'll let you go and get the magazine.
So they can tell who they are.
Then you can tell everyone who it actually is. And it couldn't be more perfect. And I had no idea, to be perfectly honest, that Chris was going to talk about this. And I do remember, so coincidental from Chris talking about that, because over the weekend, we were working through the weekend because we just we're on a real mission at the moment, and lots of things we want to get done. But I watched a very, very short training video from someone. I got it from an email that arrived in my inbox, and it was just one of those coincidences that I just clicked on it and I watched it. And this guy was talking about how one idea can lead to another, can lead to another, and can lead to another, and can ultimately give you a very successful business. And he came up with the catchphrase, and I've actually got it up on the wall behind us here. You probably can't see it. Gosh, the light's really bad in here, isn't it? Which says, the best way to succeed in business is to be in business. And what he was talking about, oh, we've got to see the whole room now. What he was actually talking about is how you can come up with an idea, as many first-time entrepreneurs do, and you're really fired up and you want to get on with that idea. And maybe you have a little bit of success, a little bit of momentum with it, and you take your business from there. Whereas, unfortunately, a lot of people will have that idea, and for one reason or another, and I'm not going to say they don't do things right, just one reason or another, their business doesn't succeed and they quit. But some people will use the failure of the first idea as a springboard to take them to something else. And that just so fitted with what Chris was saying, because that is how really successful entrepreneurs do actually come out with a very successful business. I mean, in our own personal story, I can tell you, you know, we were just counting back, actually. I mean, it's nearly 5 years now. We keep saying 4 years, but it's nearly 5 years ago that we started online, albeit part-time. But we had this idea that we could start an online business. We didn't have the skills. We just had this idea, and we knew that somehow, some way, that could be our way to achieve our dreams and to allow us to travel all over the world, which we've done, and to actually build a business at the same time.
The thing was, it was an accident, though, wasn't it?
It was a complete accident.
We were, I mean, although, you know, being accountants and consultants, you know, we'd been that for, I don't know, been running this business 15 or 20 years. And although we'd always, you know, we'd sniffed residual income back in about 2005 when somebody, for one of the clients we worked for, was approached us with you know, a business, well, I can't tell you what it's about, type approach, as they do, and I'll get somebody else to talk to you, and what are they going to talk to you about? Oh, I can't tell you, you know, need to go to a hotel meeting, you know what I mean. And so, you know, we got introduced to Amway, and, you know, that was where we saw the residual income model and the sort of training that home businesses are able to provide. And, you know, the reason why it's so important for entrepreneurs. And it was, so that was where we got introduced to it. And, you know, we always thought, you know, we tried Amway for a bit, and, you know, it sort of went up like that and then went down like that very rapidly.
But we didn't give up. It gave us the idea, and that's the all-important thing here.
Yeah, it gave us the idea. And the thing is that, you know, then you go moving forward sort of 5 years. You know, we knew the internet was around and we were looking online for internet marketing, education and training for ourselves, so that we could teach our clients how to use the internet to, you know, build their business, because they were all traditional type businesses and they all had the usual brochure sites, as
some of them didn't have any sites at all.
Yeah, and funnily enough, we've still got one client. We've got one client left in our consultancy business. They're more friends than anything else, and we do their accounts once a year and stuff. And they still don't have a website.
Every year we try to get them to get a website.
But anyway, you know, so, you know, we were researching education and training for ourselves to be able to help clients. That was the sort of, you know, the reason behind the search. And, you know, it was then that we realized, through, you know, watching videos and things online, that all of a sudden we had this sort of eureka moment where we said, hang on a minute, there's a business here. You know, you can actually go online and build a business. And whilst, so, you know, send an email, pay somebody else to build you a website. You know, that was about the extent of it, really. And therefore, when we found the possibility that we could build a business online, all of a sudden it starts to spark things in your head, and you start to think, oh, hang on a minute, maybe this is where the residual income comes in, you know, because we discovered we could build residual income online. And building residual income online was sort of going back 5 years and saying, well, hang on, Amway, we were building residual income offline. So, you know, that was just a spark. But like Susan said, you know, one thing leads to another. It might not be immediately, and in our case, it was 5 years apart. But the whole thing being was that we then investigated that a bit more. And the real key to starting online or starting any business and funnily enough, you know, we've been to a couple of training events, and we've been talking to most of you will know Shakir Hussain and Chris Cobb. We've been having some meetings with them and talking to them. And, you know, what's been coming out of that is that, and I've lost my train of thought now, it'll come back to me in a minute. Hang on a minute. What was I talking about before? I was talking.
I'm not a thought. I'm not
what was I talking to about before?
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, we were talking about entrepreneurship, weren't we?
It's an age thing, guys.
Yeah, it is
seriously.
an age thing. Sorry. I was talking about ideas come from different ideas, and we were sort of talking about things like we were talking about affiliate marketing and how it's changed. We were talking about how their businesses have changed over the years, and you know, they've been online longer than we have, you know, and we were talking about how our business has changed over the years. And you know, it's not because, you know, some of it is sort of forced on you because technology changes, the internet changes and things like that, and then some of it is also develops as your business develops from the point of view of, you know, social media came out, didn't it? Facebook came along, and that has changed the way that we build a business significantly. Because, you know, when we first started online, you know, all the gurus, if you like, I mean, we were still minnows, little infants learning our stuff. And you know, we were learning our stuff, but people were making sales, hiding behind websites, you know, these magic bullet type stuff. You know, good sales copy, people click the button, get their credit card out, pay the money, buy, and the person would disappear off into the ether. You know, whether the product was good, bad, or indifferent, it really didn't make a lot of difference. But of course, as things get more mature, the internet gets more mature, you know, people start applying the same buying ethics and criteria to buying things online as they do offline. And so, you know, they want to know who they're buying from. They want to know that there's good customer service. They want to know that, you know, they can send stuff back if they want to. They want to know that, you know, if there's something needs repairing, they can get it repaired. The fact they're buying it online is just a convenience. It's just another method of buying the same thing they can buy in the shop. But, you know, one of the biggest benefits is they got so much bigger shop now. They can buy stuff from any country in the world, different, you know, even across the states and continents and all sorts of things. So, you know, it just becomes a different way of business developing. But the point is that, you know, with social media, people and with you know, aging, if you like, the internet is now coming to the age where people want to buy from people they know, like, and trust, and they won't buy if they don't. And therefore, you have to be able to share a lot more information. You have to be a lot more open. People are a lot more demanding, and therefore, you know, the business changed. people are able to share stuff, good and bad, on social media. You know, they used to say in the traditional bricks and mortar business, didn't they, that, you know, one bad comment, one person's bad experience, they share it with 9 people. You know, one bad experience now, people can share it with 9 million people, you know, at the click of a button. And so therefore, and so therefore, business has come of age, if you like. Online business has come of age. And, you know, the thing about this is that people are realizing that there's a different way to make a living. There's a better way to earn an income, better way to make a living, and a better way to live. You know, and that's what the internet has given us, and all you people out there who are watching this. You know, it's what some of you have already got, some of you are halfway there, some of you are just starting out, and all different parts of your journey. The whole point being is that the internet has given you the opportunity to do it. And it comes back to start small and build.
That's good. So did you find out who it was?
Yeah, the person is somebody called, this magazine actually, this is a Success magazine. This one's actually September 2012. So it's quite a couple of years old.
He's a bit slow on his reading, guys.
Yeah, I'm catching up. But no, I just saw this and I hadn't read the story. So this guy is a guy called Mark Burnett. This is him, a guy called Mark Burnett, and he's the creator of Survivor, The Apprentice, Shark Tank, and The Voice, and probably a few more since, I should think.
And actually, if you want to read it, you can probably get, I mean, you've not got the magazine, but if you go to success.com.
September 2012.
You know, just go to success.com and search it they're online as well. They've got a blog and everything. If you search it, Darren Hardy may well have written a blog post on it, because he tends to do that when he has feature people in his magazine, because you know, that magazine is totally for entrepreneurs, and it just gives you so much inspiration, and while we love reading them, get them every single month. But
it gives you a lot of stories and things as well.
And it keeps us up to date with our what I call one of the key components of our business, and that's mindset. It's something that you need to pay attention to as part of your daily routine, and that's either reading, or it should be some kind of reading. It should be listening to personal development or audios, inspirational or leadership kind of audios, because all of those things will help you to develop your business. And if you're saying, well, look, I'm only doing this part-time and I don't have the time, you know, we've got a little formula that we put together with some people that we know who do exactly the same, and they say, just 15 minutes will make all the difference. Just 15 minutes, either 15 minutes of reading and 15 minutes of listening to an audio. And certainly in the businesses, most of the good businesses these days have some kind of mindset training like that in their back office. We certainly do in Empower. We have something called the Inner Circle. That is a whole vault of mindset, marketing, business and entrepreneurial audio things that you can listen to absolutely anywhere on the run, you know, on the way to work, at the gym, at the house, in the mornings. We tend to listen to ours first thing in the morning. It's part of our age thing. We rather like that, to do ours reading and our listening first thing.
Before we get up.
Yeah, and you know, it is so important to do that. And I'll be perfectly honest, when we had our traditional business, it's not something we did. I mean, I might pick up the odd journal relating to our business, our industry journals as they were called, and yeah, we'd read those and get up to date with them. But you know, for an entrepreneur these days, it's really important that you do this, because you do need to keep up to date with information, as well as get your mind in the right place to take your business forward. Yeah,
and you know, you know, sometimes we have bad days. Everybody has good days and bad days, and you know, we've had a good day today. Actually, we've been shooting videos and editing videos and writing emails,
crazy,
and doing follow-ups and all sorts of things. You know, because it's part of the business. You know, we've got to a point in our business where, you know, there are there are different aspects of it that we concentrate on.
But it took us
You
some
know.
time to get there. You know,
Yeah.
we're really.
I mean, one of the things that we really concentrate on now is what we call conversion. So follow up and conversion. So people, you know, we get people onto the list, we get our traffic, we get people onto the list, and then, you know, whereas before we just used to, you know, keep piling more in the funnel, what we do now is we concentrate as well, probably even more so, on talking to those people, answering the right questions, you know, thinking about what are their challenges. You know, they've come on to your subscriber list and they haven't bought anything yet. You know, why did they come on to your list? You know, what's the challenge? What's stopping them? What's stopping them from buying? And I mean, one of the things I'll share with you while we're here, because we were, you know, the three questions that we all have, and I want you to write these down, and I want you to think about this for yourself as well, because certainly when I was writing this email this morning about it, then, you know, I thought back to when we started, or before we started, and you always have the same thing. You know, when you start something new, and I'll tell you the story I was sharing the story of when we first, going back 20 years now, when we first went on, or just before we went on our first skiing holiday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we went on our first skiing holiday, and you know, we decided the people we were going with, people from the badminton club, and the people who in the badminton club, most of them had gone the previous year, so they were 1 year in front of us. So we said, you know, to get the best experience out of our holiday, because we'd never been skiing, we'd never been to the mountains before, in terms of, you know, I think we went, where did we go? Italy,
Treviño.
The Italian Alps. Yeah. So we went to the dry ski slopes, the local one down here in Bromley. We went to the dry ski slopes to learn, and you know, the first thing that, you know, you get your coach comes out, or your trainer comes out, and you know, there's a group of 6 or 8 of us, however many, and he says, right, okay, put these skis on. I mean, that was difficult enough, because we got these hard plastic boots that we've been asked to put on, the ski boots. We put them on for the first time, and you know, we never ever put them on. They were the most uncomfortable things in the world.
And needless to say, I couldn't even do them up.
And yet 20 years on now, you know, when we go skiing, my ski boots are the most comfortable. They're like slippers to me. So, you know, the you know, usage and experience, it's not the same pair of boots, by the way. But the thing is, you know, he told us to put these skis on, so he showed us that, and then he said, right, I just want you to walk up there. It's just a little flat thing, turn around and walk back.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you know, we all just about managed to walk, you know, and you're picking these things up, and this 12-foot piece of wood's flapping around on your foot. And then you get to the end, he says, right, turn around and come back. And you know, everyone just went boom, 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 boom. We all fell over. We didn't have a clue. So he said, right, okay, now take them off, walk back here, which you did. Now I'll show you how to do it. And of course, one of the big differences in walking your skis is you don't walk and pick your feet up, you slide. Once you knew how to slide, it was very easy. And then when you get to the end, instead of just trying to turn around, you just turn one ski one way, one the other, put it aside and turn around. It's very, very easy. But it's only easy when you know how to do it. And that's the point. It's only easy when you know how to do it. So the thing is, going back to the 3 questions that everybody has, particularly when they want to start a new business, become a new entrepreneur, maybe for the first time, maybe you're looking at a different program or something, I don't know. But the thing is, the 3 questions are, does this work? Can I do it? And will you help me? They're the 3 questions. Okay, so write them down. Does this work? Can I do it? And will you help me? Now, if we talk about iPass and Empower Network, you know, does this work? Yes, of course it works. How do you know? Because there are thousands of people out there making money with iPass and making money with Empower Network, ourselves included, and I'm sure there's a lot of you watching this who are also making money with iPass and Empower Network. So does it work? Yes, there's evidence that it works. Now, can I do it? That's the big question, isn't it? Can I do it? will it work for me? And this is where it comes back to what Susan was talking about earlier. It's building a business. Start small and then build. Because if you're not prepared to learn, and you're not prepared to put some time and effort in, and you're not prepared to invest some money, because, you know, let's be sensible here. We're building a business. You can't build a business for nothing. It just doesn't work. You know, even Mark Brett, when he was selling his t-shirts, he was buying them for $2 and selling them for $18. Yeah, he's making a good profit, but he's still got to buy them. You know, that's where he started. He still had to invest some money into some stock before he could start making money. And, you know, businesses are all the same. It doesn't matter whether you're, you know, running a shop, or you're running a factory, or you're making cars, or you're starting a business online, or you're starting a network marketing business. It doesn't matter. It's going to cost you money, and you have to accept that. Not look at it as a cost, but look at it as a, how quickly can I turn this money I've spent into a profit? That's the thing. That's the key element that you have to think about. That's the key element. How quickly can I turn this this money I've spent into a profit? And then, of course, how can I do that? How do I do that quickly? And then how do I continue to do it? Because, you know, when we started 5 years ago, as we have to say now, nearly 5 years ago, you know, we had to build our own websites. We had to learn about lead capture pages. We had to learn about shooting videos. We had to learn about writing copy. We had to learn all that stuff, because the program we were in didn't have it. And no programs in those days had it. And therefore, our first sale didn't come till just over 3 months. So we were working hard part-time for no money. So all we were doing was spending money. But of course, now it's not quite the same, because, you know, you don't have to build websites. You know, with Empower Network, $25 a month, it's there, done. All you got to do is change a few pictures and start putting your content on. So, you know, lead capture pages. Most good online programs have decent lead capture pages, and they keep them up to date. You know, that's one of the what's the word I want? Can't think of the word I want. Never mind, it'll come back to me in a minute. But that's one of the major parts of iPads. You know, they're always testing lead capture pages, testing their sales videos, putting some new ones out, testing them, changing the funnels, updating the funnels, putting on, you know, timers, taking off timers, changing the headlines, putting new ones on. All this sort of thing keeps stuff fresh, and it's tried and tested. So you don't have to do it anymore. And that's, again, you know, that's something that you can learn to do yourself over time, but you don't need to learn to do it on day one, which is what we had to do, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness, when I look back on it, it's pretty scary, because I can tell you I had little or no technical skills in that department at all. My background was HR and administration, and I'm good with people, but give me a computer and email was just about as much as I could handle. But I was prepared to learn. You know, our dream was so big, our why was so big, what we wanted to do, that, you know, we were driven every day to learn something new in our business. And that's one of the other things I want you to write down tonight. I mean, Chris has given you some amazing tips to help you, but one that I want to give you is to make sure you learn something and apply it in your business. And I'm not going to say every day, because you can't learn something new every day, but it might just be a tiny little thing that you see somewhere. I mean, Facebook actually, people talk about it being a waste of time and a waste of space and this, that, and the other. But if you follow the right people and you look at the kind of value training that they put out there, you can pick up some incredible stuff that really and truly could just make the difference to your business, give you an idea that you can take you from a stuck position to a free position and moving forward. I mean, this morning I was reading a blog post, really good blog post in bed this morning, and I thought, you know what, there's some great content here that I really want to share with our tribe, our community on Facebook. And it was just a few lines that, to me and to Chris, I told Chris about it. I said, you know, I'm going to share this. He said, yeah, it's a really good idea. Somebody might find that really useful. I couldn't actually believe how many people jumped on that little bit of information. And I actually said I'm going to be creating a blog post around it. So I will be doing that. But they had an interest in that because what I was sharing was some training that's going to come. And it's really, really basic training for having an online business. Some of the components that you really must pay attention to. And I'm going to tell you what they are. And again, if you've got pen and paper handy, then please write these down. If not, I will actually put them in the comments below this video. But the basic components of an online business are a profitable product to promote. And when we say that, we don't mean just grabbing hold of some product on ClickBank or a product on an affiliate site and consider that standalone as a business. And I have seen people do that, and I really and truly don't want you to think that that's a business. If you want to become an affiliate marketer and promote lots of products on JVZoo and ClickBank and sites like that, then you need to go and learn how to do that. But as they say, you know, one swallow doesn't make a summer, and likewise, promoting just one product isn't going to turn into a business. So when we talk about promoting a product, we're talking more about a whole series of products and services within a company that provides, in the case of Empower Network, online coaching, education and training. There is a whole range of products that we sell as affiliates and earn commissions on, including, of course, as Chris said, the brand new Kalatu blog.
I think the other thing, just to interrupt there a minute, is that, you know, each of those products takes you to another level. It's something else that you need. You know, the first two products are, you know, the Kalatu blog and, as Susan mentioned earlier, the Inner Circle. So that's the mindset stuff, the audios that you can download and listen to. And you know, the thing is, with those two products, you know, they build you residual income, which is fantastic because you get paid every month. But the thing about it is that those are the starting products. And then, you know, you've got 3 more products, 3 more core products, each of which take you to, is the next step that you need in your business. And, you know, yes, okay, the price points get higher and you earn more commissions on them, which at the end of the day is what you want because you're in business. We're looking to make more money. We're looking to make more sales. We're looking to make more profit. So, you know, that's the thing about being in a good program, you know, and iPass, which is a good feeder system into Empower, you know, has the same thing. You know, it has a starter product, and then it has the system itself, and then it has something called 6-figure shortcuts, which is more training. And then as you buy more products, you get more training. You know, that's the way a sales funnel works nowadays. You know, gone are the days. You know, it's very difficult, particularly if you're brand new, to go to, you know, let's say JVZoo or ClickBank, and find some products and sell them. You can do it, of course you can do it, but it's not really a business because you're not building a list, because most people don't buy the first time they see your stuff, and, you know, secondly, you've got no back-end follow-up. And as we said earlier, you know, the development of the internet and the development of business and commerce on the internet, people still buy from those they know, like, and trust. And, you know, many people who have bought products from us, they bought multiple products from us, whether that's multiple products in a program or whether that's multiple products including personal training and events that we run. You know, it doesn't matter. But when people like the product that you promote, like the products that you sell, and trust trust the information that you deliver, then they will continue to buy from you, and that's what you want. You're looking for repeat buyers, and that's really, really important to growing your business. Sorry, Susan.
That's all right. Well, we've got quite a bit to get through, so but I'm sure you'll interrupt again because I know you love to do that.
I don't know.
But no, seriously, these are important points, and so
we carry on another week if we have to.
We will. So we've got choose profitable products to promote. Okay, so we've got that one squared away now. The other thing is you need to be placing ads. So in other words, doing marketing in your business. And this is unfortunately where a lot of people fall down. They've seen the online business. They've seen that you can make money with it. They get the idea of it, but they don't realize that they need to be doing some marketing to actually, as we say, get eyeballs onto your product, service and business. So you need to be consistently placing advertisements, and some of those, you know, when you're getting started, we talked about not having a lot of money, just like the guy Chris was referring to when he got started selling t-shirts. He didn't have a lot of money to do it, so he found a way to buy a few, get them out there on this little bit of fence, sell them, put the money that he made from that back into buying some more. And I'm sure he had some signage up there attracting people who were driving up and down the strip to stop and to buy these t-shirts. And I guess he's probably wearing one himself, which is another perfect way to advertise. You know, be a product of your product. So you need to place advertisements. Some can be on free sites. There are free classified sites that you can use. You can use something like Craigslist for free advertising. And you will do some kind of paid advertising as well. But you need to learn how to do that. And, you know, that's one of the huge advantages of working with iPass and working with Empower Network, because that's the market we work in: online education, coaching and training. And we teach you how to do advertising. We teach you how to do different kinds of marketing in both of those programs. So, you know, you're going to be able to find those there. And obviously, you know, this webinar hangout tonight is mainly for our own team, and we're just reminding them where to find their information. But if you're thinking of getting started and you know, haven't got a business as yet, then, you know, think about it. This is a great opportunity for you to have a business where you are supplying a very hungry market, because people do need to learn these things. You need to be writing articles. We talked about that when Chris and I came online 5 years ago. We did a lot of article writing.
It was the big thing.
It was the big in thing, and it hasn't actually gone away. It still is a very valuable way to what we call get traffic, get eyeballs onto your business and your website. But it is not so prolific as it was then. But don't dismiss it. It is still a good way to get traffic. But a better way is blogging. You know, we're obviously passionate about blogging. We work in a program that has its key product platform, the Kalatu blogging platform.
I guess that's probably why it was prolific when we started, because the blog didn't exist. You know, WordPress didn't exist 5 years ago. You know, that's what you know, everybody talks about WordPress and blogs, but they literally didn't exist 5 years ago. That's why article writing and submitting articles it was the same thing as blogging. But
oh boy, did you learn about keyword research at the time as well, because your articles had to be hugely keyword rich around the subject you were promoting. And yeah, I remember it very fondly and very frustrated because you actually had to get your articles approved when we used to write for e-Sign directories, and you so frustrating, waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they said no,
don't like this word,
don't like it, and you had to rewrite it. But you know, I'm prevaricating and I don't mean to, but your blogs are not just only places where you can write valuable content, but they're a place where you can build trust with your potential prospects, with your existing subscribers. and are a great way to build your business. I mean, we consistently put these training hangouts on our blogs, and then we share them with our list. Or we write blog posts and share those with our list. They might have some training, they might have some tools and resources, some for free, some paid for, because we want to take the very best that we can to our tribe, to our community, and help them either get started in their business, develop their business, or whatever stage they are. So those are some of the key components. But the most important part of all this is building a list. I mean, Chris will tell you, I mean, he's done so much training on the importance of building your list, haven't you? So, I mean, share a few little nuggets with everyone, if I ask you nicely.
Now you're making me think. I don't know what you want me to do.
Just talk about how important it is to build a list and use your autoresponder.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, and this is, you know, going back a few years, people just didn't understand this. And traditional business still don't understand it. They don't understand, they don't even know that such a thing as an autoresponder exists. You know, and the reason that we have an autoresponder, so what is it? It's a way of automating your business when you're not there. You know, if you've got a full-time job, or you've got another occupation, or we go traveling, or we go on holiday, you know, we can still communicate with people who join our subscriber list, or you know, people who are interested in what we do, and we can do it either automatically, which is what we do literally on a daily basis. We have automatic emails set up that the autoresponder that delivers for us when people join our list, and when people are on the list, they get a series of them which get delivered automatically. The other thing is you can, with an autoresponder, you can deliver one message to thousands of people very, very simply. You don't have to sit and type thousands of emails.
That's good for Chris, because he's not very good at typing.
No, it takes me hours. But the thing is about the autoresponder is that, you know, and I know everybody talks about autoresponders. You know, in this industry, we all think everybody knows about autoresponders, but of course, the reality of it is that people don't. People don't. And, you know, although it's an automation tool, what's really important, you know, this is from my point of view, and I think I mentioned it earlier on, you know, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And when they meet you online for the first time, they don't know you, they might not like you, and they've certainly not built up any trust with you. And therefore, you need to do that, and you can do that over a period of time, because, you know, we were talking about research earlier on when we first got started online. We were talking about research, and that's what people do. You know, when they're looking to buy something, or looking to maybe start an online business, or looking to, you know, start a business of some sort, or looking to buy a product, or whatever. You know, people do research, and you do research. So, you know, I was looking for some, I can't remember what I bought. Oh, some light bulbs the other day.
Aren't they difficult to get these days?
God, they're so complicated nowadays. It used to be very simple, and now it's all eco this and eco that. And nothing wrong with eco. It's just I wish they keep all the wattages the same, you know. And they tell you now that, you know, whereas I could buy 10 bulbs for about £3, I buy one bulb now for £8.99, and they tell me it's going to last me 25 years.
You won't be around.
You know, the thing is, oh, thanks.
Well, I hope you will, but seriously, potentially, like my mum buys them.
The thing is, you think about that, and you think, well, okay, in 12 months' time, the bulb goes pop. Do you actually remember where you bought it from? And you think, oh, the guarantee was 25 years.
Will the shop even exist?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to pack it up and send it back from whence it came, and claim one under guarantee. You know, I think light bulbs are the absolute ultimate business. You know, they'll, you know, instead of charging you pence, they charge you pounds now. Lots of them.
In France, I mean,
with a huge guarantee.
In France, I mean, I've got to tell you this story now, and I do hope you don't mind me digressing. In fact, we will carry on this hangout to next week, because we've got so much more we want to share with you. But when we were renovating our chalet out in France, it's big. I mean, it's got 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, huge lounge dining room, hallways and everything. But we had literally hundreds of halogen light bulbs, because they've gone completely halogen bulbs in France, and you have to go to specialists, or at the time we went, we had to go to a specialist light shop to get all of these bulbs. And honestly, they wanted us to buy all these bulbs with these extra long guarantees, and we kept saying, but how are we ever going to know which one went with which receipt to bring back to you if it failed? And it was like, doing all this in French was very fun, amusing, but they got the point. And we did actually find a very good online store, and we used to buy them in the UK and take them out when we went.
It was cheaper. Yeah. But that's the point. But I don't know what we were talking about. Oh yeah, so we were talking about autoresponders. So the thing is you know, people do their research, just like I was researching light bulbs, and you know, I wasn't ready to buy until I'd done my research. Now, if you put that into the context of something else, let's say an online business, you know, what you're going to be doing is you're going to start doing your research. Okay, I want to find a business that I like, that is going to help me work from home, make money using the internet. So I'm going to do some research. You're not going to go in, you're not all of a sudden going to go, oh, look, there's Chris and Susan on a video there. Oh, right, let's just click the button below and spend lots of money. It doesn't work.
We can,
like that.
It's fine. Please just go ahead and do that.
Lots of money, you know, but the thing is people don't work like that. People work on the basis of, I'm going to start to do some research on this. So they start to do some research, and they might come up with 3 or 4 different options. Then they'll start to dig a little bit deeper into each option. Then they'll make a decision on which option they're going to go for. Then they're going to start to look for people they want to work with. Who's going to help me? Remember those 3 questions? Will you help me? Number 1, does this work? So they're researching, does this work? The second one is, can I do it? And then the third one is, will you help me? So they're going to start to look a little bit deeper, and they're going to find some people to work with, and they're going to find, you know, what support do you have, and what, if I've got a question at 3 o'clock in the morning, can I get it answered? Do you work worldwide? Because everybody's on different time zones. There's all these sorts of things that are going through people's heads. And so they're doing research. Now, this research could take days, weeks. To be honest, we've had people been on our subscriber list for years, and then eventually decide to get started. You know, it happens.
Yeah, just recently, just after Christmas, that 18 months building a relationship, and I posted that on Facebook. It happens.
Yeah. So, you know, people need to build their know, like, and trust, and they then need to be in the position in their own head, as well as financially or whatever, to be able to buy. You know, everybody tries to get the perfect time to buy, and you know, maybe that's something we'll share with you next week. There never is the perfect time to buy. You're never ever going to have all the information you need to make the 100% decision. Okay, business just isn't like that. You know, even in your job, whatever you do, you know, sometimes you have to make a decision. Do you have all the information that you need to make sure that you guarantee you make the right decision? The answer is invariably no, you don't. You make a decision based on the best information you have at the time, and then as that decision develops, then you make another decision based on newer information. So that's, you know, but that's the way people buy, and therefore that's why your autoresponder is important, because you can use it to build relationships with people. As a lot of you know, Susan and I do a lot of videos. We love doing video. We enjoy doing them, and we enjoy sharing stuff with people, and we use it to build relationships. You know, wherever we are in the world, we shoot videos.
And likewise, this is a video, and we love doing these because not only is it good for us to build our business, but it helps everyone in our team, because if someone's coming brand new this week or even today, they know that they can send people to watch a video like this, and that we are dedicated to helping them to build their business. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It really is.
So that's autoresponders. That's why you need them, because it's automation. It can keep you going when you're doing something else, but it enables you to build a relationship by keep sending those emails, and then when a person is ready to buy, they will come back to you, and that's what they're there for. So, hope you found that value if you didn't quite understand what they were there for and how you can use them as well. We've got a lot of individual training on different autoresponders, and they are all different, but basically they do the same job. And they're at different price points, so you can pay your money and take your choice, so to speak. We actually run 3, but for different reasons.
He likes to keep me busy.
Yeah. Well, it means we can share
They're
stuff
for different purposes, aren't
different
they?
purposes. Yes, absolutely, different purposes. So, what's next? In actual fact, I didn't realise we're coming up to the end of the hour. Actually,
so. Well, I just want to add on to the end of this hangout tonight, because it is our team training. Just a couple of items. For all of you, just make sure you go and have a look in the back office of your Empower network. The brand new back office is up and live. Absolutely fantastic. Just been having a little play around with that this afternoon. You can access your Kalatu blog there if you've already applied for that. Otherwise, you can access your existing Empower Network blog in the same place. So that's absolutely fantastic. And for those of you, and I think it's pretty much everybody who is in iPaaS and using iPaaS as your front end to Empower Network, please make sure that you are doing your daily tasks. They have made it so simple for you. It's just broken down into 3 sections. Your mindset, that's your reading your books and doing some audio. Your list building, that's your advertising and marketing, and that's both paid and free. And then creating content, whether that's videos, emailing your list, Facebook updates, using other social media, articles, audios. It doesn't matter what it is. You must be doing those 3 things daily. And Chris Jones puts out an email every single day. If you're not getting it, please go and check your spam filter and make sure that you whitelist the emails that come from Chris, because every single day he's giving you access to building your business for you. He literally gives you copy for emails. He gives you copy for your Facebook posts.
Copy for Craigslist.
Copy for Craigslist. Ideas for a video. Ideas for an audio. Content for a blog post or article. I mean, it really couldn't get much simpler than that. My goodness, if we'd had a plan like that when we got started, boy, would it have been much easier for us.
This is the thing. It comes back to doing something daily. It comes back to what we said right at the beginning. If you want to build an income in a different way, you want to have a better way of earning a living and having a better life, then you need to put some time and effort into it. And given daily tasks from iPaaS, all you need to do is work out which parts you want to do, which ones you're going to do, which ones you like doing, because there's no point in saying I'm going to shoot a video every day or every other day. If you hate shooting videos, you just don't do it. Go and work. If you don't like working on Facebook, go and work somewhere else. But I'm going to say to you, Facebook there's 1 billion people on Facebook, so you need to use Facebook and become good at it.
Yeah, paid and free Facebook.
Paid and free, absolutely. So the thing is that, as Susan said, this stuff is given to you every single day. All you need to do is take action on it and implement it. So, you can work out what bits you want to do. You can work out how long it's going to take, and therefore how long you're going to spend on your business each day. Now, whether that's in one chunk or whether you break it down into different bits, I can do this. It takes me 20 minutes. I can do it before I go to work. Or I can do this. It takes me 20 minutes. I can do it at lunchtime. Or this is going to take me an hour. I need to wait till I get home, or I can get up an hour earlier. And there's all sorts of ways that you can manage your day, manage your time, to get this built. It's going back, start small and then build. Start small and then build. So, but, the starting small doesn't mean, oh, I'll invest $25 in a blog and that's it. And then I'll hope that, maybe one day I'll make some money, because I guarantee it won't happen. It is a business. You do need to put some time and effort into it. And, the biggest thing you need to get in your head is that most people, if they invest, and this is the difference between building a traditional, let's say, a shop, and building an online business. That if you invest in a shop, if you're going to open a shop, you've got to pay rent, you've got to sign a lease, you've got to fit it out, you've got to buy stock, you're going to have to
employ staff.
It's going to cost you a lot of money. And because it's going to cost you a lot of money, you're going to put a lot of time and effort into it to make it successful. With an online business or a home business, call it whatever you like, you can get away with just spending a few $100s. And that's the challenge. Because there are some people out there who go, oh, it doesn't matter if it doesn't work. A few $100 doesn't make a big difference to them. And therefore, it sounds like a good idea when they do it, but then potentially don't do anything with it. Life may get in the way, and it doesn't make any major difference to them. If you said to them, well, you've got to invest $30,000 in this, otherwise, and we'll guarantee it works if you put the effort in. Are they going to put the effort in? Absolutely, they're going to put the effort in. All of a sudden, $30,000 makes a big difference to them. So they're going to make it work. And that's that's the mindset. Goes back to the training. It's why you have to have the mindset training, because the biggest thing is you're investing a small amount of money to grow something huge, to get whatever it is that you want out of it, whether it's a couple of $1,000s a month, $10,000 a month, 20, 30, 40, $100,000 a month. But you can start small and build, start small and build. So that's where you've got to go.
Perfect way to end tonight. Guys, we'll be back next week and carry on with this. We've got far more training for you. But ask yourself honestly every day, am I doing something
to build my business
that's going to help me to make money? And if you're not, then you need to. Seriously, it's very easy to get up in the morning and do stuff that isn't income producing. We've been there, we know what it's like, and we're actually very good at telling each other how well we've done all day when we haven't. So take our experience and just go and do it, and be honest with yourself and make a plan to do something every single day. You've got the tools, you've got the training, you've got everything in your hands. It really is down to you. So thank you so much for watching tonight. We hope that we've added value. If you're one of our guests watching for the first time, we thank you for being here. And if you've got any questions, please leave them below or get in touch with us or whoever invited you in the team to watch this webinar tonight. And we'll be back next week. So we'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Good night.